we'll solve some of the question of arithmetic. So let's start with the first question. So we have 270 liters of mixture contains wine and water. Total mixture is 270 liter in the ratio of 5:x. Okay, after adding 20 liters of water and 30 liters of wine, so water is 20 liter and wine is 30 liters. So total mixture now becomes of 320 liters, which further are in the ratio of wine to water is 9:7. So let's divide this mixture into 9:7. So it will be 180 to 140, right? So how many liters of this is what? This is wine and this is water. So how many liters of water was added? So 20 liters of water was added. So if I subtract 20 liters of water from it, so it will become 120, and if I subtract 30 liters of wine from 180, so the old wine become 150 liters. Now it is saying that the in 5:x ratio, the original ratio wine is to water was 5:x. So to replace 5 with 150, we have to multiply it by 30. So it will become, the water become 30x. Now 30x is equivalent to 120. So value of x will be 4. So that is the answer. Okay, moving to the next question. Two boats are sailing in a river in the same direction with different speed. First boat takes 5 hours more than the second one. Okay, to travel the same distance. So distance is same. So these boats are going in downstream. So speed of the first boat plus this is speed of the stream. So speed of the current. This is the speed of the stream. It will be 2 minus. As first boat is taking more time, so we have to put this factor in the first position, and the same distance will travel the second boat in downstream. So speed of the second boat plus speed of the stream. So the difference is 5 hours, right? So distance divided by speed will give us time. Find the distance if the sum of the speed of the boat in still water. So x1 plus x2 is 20, and product of the speed in still water is 64. So x1 into x2 is 64. So let's break this number in 8 8s and 16 into 4. Right, so if I place 16 over here and 4 in place of x2 and 16 in place of x1, so all these conditions are satisfying, right? So if it can be otherwise also, 4 and 16, as this is taking a longer time, so this factor must have a lesser speed. So we have to take this condition, right? We have to negate this condition. So value of x1 will become 4 and the value of x2 will be 16. Now what they have asked is find the distance if the sum of speed of the boat in still water is 20 kilometers. So now we have all the values. In D we are taking as common, so 1 by 4 plus 2 is 6 and minus 1 by 18. So we have to multiply this numerator denominator by 3 to make denominator equal. So 2 by 18, it will become 9 equals to 5, so 45. So value of the D will be 45. Okay, moving to the next question. Okay, Ronak and Bawa are working on a project. Ronak takes 12 hours to type 64 pages, right? So per hour they are typing this much of pages. This is for Ronak, and for Bawa it is 80 pages in 10 hours. So per hour is typing this much of pages, right? So they have been given 220 pages together. They are working together. So what it will be their efficiency in 1 hour. Okay, so in 1 hour they'll type this much of paper. 64 by 12 plus 80 by 10. So this is 8 and 12 by 12. So 220 by 96 plus 64. So this will be 140. So if I divide this by 140 and multiply it by 12, so 4 3s are, just a second, by 64. So 160. In place of 150 we have to write down 160. Okay, so 4 3s are 4 4s are. So now this term is not divisible, so it is giving us time. So multiply, let's convert the time into minute. So it will give us 15. So 30 into 6. So 11 into 90. So it will be 990. So let's convert this number in hours. So 16 hours and 30 minutes will be the answer. Moving to the next question. Okay, three men ABC started a business together. So A invested how much? 15,000. B invested 12,000 and C invested 16,000 respectively in the beginning. After 4 months B took out. So this amount was for 4 months only. B took out how much? 4,000. So 4,000. After taking out 4,000, B left with only 8,000, which was for 8 months. And C took out 6,000. So 16,000 was for only 4 months, and rest of the amount 10,000 was for 8 months. So they get a profit of 54500 at the end of the year, and this amount was for the whole year. Now let's cancel out some of the ratios. So 15 into 12 plus 12 into 4 plus 8 into 8, and this is for A, this is for B, and this is for C. So 16 into 4 plus 10 into 8, so it is 180. 48 plus 64, 2, 10, 112 is 2, 64, 64 plus 80 will be 144, right? So let's cancel out the common factors. So 2 5s are 2 6s are 2 7s are 2 2s are 45, 26 and 36. Now no more common factors are available. So what they have asked is B share. So B share is 26 out of how much? So 6 6 12, and this is 7 and 6 and 3 107 into 5 4 5. It has to be 45 12 17. and 6, so 9 and 10, 107. Okay, there are some calculation mistake. Let me see what mistake I have done. Just a second. Okay, so 15 into 12 is 180 is 248 plus 64. Okay, now 64 plus 80, so 4, 14, 2, 10, 11 and 180. The ratios were right. 90, 250, 26, 27, 22, 45, 28. Okay, so here I made the mistake. Earlier it was 26 as per my calculation. It was wrong. So it is 36. Now if I calculate 28 divided by 13 into and so 109 and 545 00, so it will go by 5 times. So multiply this to get the value of B. So 40, 14, so 14,000 is the right answer. Okay, moving to the next question. Question number 50. There are 4 consecutive odd numbers. Okay, so let's take odd number is A minus D. D is the common difference. So A plus D will be the next odd number, and after that the next odd number will be A plus 3D, and before this the odd number will be A minus 3D. So all these numbers are in consecutive, assuming that this is all these are odd numbers, right? And 4 consecutive even numbers. Okay, we'll look into this later. Next, the question says the sum of 4 consecutive odd number is 120. So sum of consecutive odd number will give us 120. So taking these values will benefit give us a benefit where all the D's term will be cancelled and we will only left with A. Okay, so sum of all these numbers will be 120. So 4A will be 120, so value of A will be 30. Now as this is 30, so D has to be 1, right? Because all these numbers in consecutive, so common difference cannot be more than 1, right? So D has to be 1. So if I subtract 1 and if I add 1 here, and 30 plus 3 into 1, 30 minus 3 into 1. So we'll get all the consecutive odd numbers. So this is 27, 29, 31 and 33. Now we have all the odd numbers, consecutive odd numbers as per the given question, with the difference between highest odd number and the smallest even number. Okay, highest odd number is 33. My smallest even number, let's assume E, difference is 11, so value of E will be 22. This is the smallest even number. Out of these 4 consecutive even numbers, smallest is 22. So how many more even number we should have? 24, 26 and 28. Okay, find the sum of 4 consecutive even numbers. So we have to take sum of this number. So this is 6, 6 and this is 20 and 8 plus 2 is 10. So summation is coming as 100. 800 is the right answer for this question. Moving to the next question. This is the DI. Okay, let's solve question number 59. In Shatabdi Express, there are 10 bogies which carries on an average 24 passengers per bogie. So how many total passengers it carries? It carries 240 passengers. Okay, if at least 40 passengers were sitting in each bogie, so in all the 10 bogies, suppose we have 10 bogies, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, in all these bogies at least 14. Okay, and no any bogie has equal number of passengers, so all these bogies doesn't consist equal number of passengers, right? So all these bogies must have different number of passengers, right? So say for example 14 plus x1, this is for the bogie 1, and for the next bogie 14 plus x2, and so on, and for the 10 bogie 14 plus x10. So all this summation will comes down to 240. So if I subtract of 14 10 times, so x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x10 will be 100. And to make all this term unequal, so we have to consider all these values different. Okay, and what they have asked is any bogie has equal number of passengers, then maximum how many passengers can accommodate in a bogie. So in a bogie, maximum number of passengers they are asking. Okay, to maximize this there are two ways. Suppose first bogie has 14, the first case, and the second case will be first bogie has 0 passengers. So if I take first bogie has 14, okay, to maximize one bogie, so I have to take all the consecutive numbers up to the bogie number 9, right? So suppose this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and plus 9. Okay, so in 9th bogie 14 plus 9 passengers were there, so this value will automatically maximize. So let's take sum. So 9 into 10 by 2, we have used the summation formula, sum of natural number, so this will be 45. If I subtract 45 from 100, we will get 55 extra passenger apart from 14 passengers, right? So this is for the first case. If I take first number as 0, because we are assuming that in first bogie there were only 14 passengers, so what it will be, from 2 to 8 9 bogies. Okay, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, these many of passengers in total. So in x2 x3 x4 x5 x6 x7 and x8. So after adding all this, so 8 into 9 by 2, it will give us 36. So if I subtract 36 from 100, we will get extra passenger as 64. So for the first case, it was extra passenger will be 100 minus 36, which is 64. So in the first case, extra passenger were 55, and in the second case we calculated 64 as an extra passenger. So if I add 14 in both the cases, in which case we will get maximum number of passenger in a bogie. So this is second case is clearly giving us the maximum number of passenger, so it will be 78. So our answer will be 78, right? Okay, 3 taps A, B, C can fill tank in 10 hour, 15 hour and 30 hour. So let's take the total capacity of tank is 30 unit. So efficiency of ABC will be 3, 2 and 1. Okay, all three taps opened in same tank. Okay, at 7. So A was opened at 6, and at 8 A will fill 6 unit, right? And at 7 B was opened, so till 8 B will fill 2 units. So till 8 am these two tanks these two taps will fill 8 unit of water in the tank. So if I subtract from the total capacity from 8 am onwards, all three taps will have to fill the rest 22 units of water, right? So let's divide 22 divided by, in 1 hour all three they'll fill 6 unit of water per hour, right? So if I multiply it by 60, we'll get 220 as in minutes. So convert it into hours. So 3 hours and 40 minutes. So this cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer. Sorry, it has 40. It has 40. And option 5 doesn't have 40. So let's find out the exact answer. So 3 hours from 8, it will take 3 hours. So the time will be 11 and remaining 40 minutes. So 11 hour and 40 minutes. Not 11 hour, the time will be 11.40 minutes. Okay, moving to the next question. In a college lab, two vessels contain mixture of acid and water. Okay, so acid and water, vessel 1 and vessel 2. So compositions are, in first vessel acid is 3 and water is 5. In second vessel acid is 3 and water is 2. So find the ratio in which the quantity of these two vessels to be mixed in such that the new mixture has acid and water in the ratio of 5:7. So final ratio becomes, after taking out some mixture from here, some mixture from vessel 2, and after adding, it is found that the mixture becomes 5:7 in total, right? So suppose suppose we have taken out a mixture from vessel 1 or vessel 2, their original composition will remain same. This is the concept of mixture and alligation. So say for example we have taken out X unit from vessel 1 and Y unit from vessel 2, right? So final composition becomes 3x plus 3y divided by acid to water 5x plus 2y. This will become 5:7. So let's solve this equation first. So 21x plus 21y is equals to 25x plus 10y. So after solving this, we get 11y equals to 4x. So x by y will be 4 by 11. So now what they have asked is find in what ratio. So we have taken x unit from vessel 1 and we have to find out how much quantity we had taken from vessel 1 and vessel 2 to make this mixture, right? So total is 8x and this is 5y. So let's multiply this by 5 and this is 8. So 8x by 5y, so sorry 11y. So value of x is 8x divided by 5y, so value of x is, I have written this ratio as wrong, it will be 11 by 4. Now we have to find out this ratio, 8x by 5y. So now put the value of x, so 8 into 11, and put the value of y as 4, so 4 2 so this is 22 by 5. This is the final answer. Okay, moving to the next question. The ratio of percentage of Ankur and Sanjeev is 3:11, and percentage of Sanjeev to Reena 5:4. So age of Sanjeev must be same. To make it same, let's multiply this by 5/5, and this ratio 11/11. So 55 by 44 and 15 by 55. Now after if average age after 7 years of all three of them will be 45 years, so 45 into 3, the total age will be 135. All these age are after 7 years, so before 7 year we will get the percentage, so multiply 21, because 7 years for each person. So how many person we have? Ankur, Sanjeev and Reena, 3 person. 3 into 7 is 21, so let's subtract 21 years to go back to present age. So 4 and 1 4. So what they have asked is the present age of Reena. As we have already calculated the present age of Reena as 44, luckily we got in the first instance. Even if you want to calculate present age of Reena from here, so you have to add this and this, so we will get as 70. So if I subtract, we will get 44 as our answer, right? So now let's solve this question. Ankush complete 25% of work in 5 days, so 100% will be in 20 days, right? Okay. So Bhuvan can complete 2/5 of the same work in 10 days. Chunchun complete 1/3 of the this is 33%, means 1/3 of the work, right, in 13 days, and Umang does 1/6 of the work, because 16 2/3% is 1/6, right? So let's assume total work to be multiple of all these three. So this is 1/3, this is 1/6, and this is 1/4, right? So multiple of all three will be 12, right? As we have to divide this number by 13 and 7, so we have to take a number which are divisible by 13 and 7 as well. Into 3 into 13 into 7, this is the total work, right? So we have assumed this number as total work, so 1/4 of the work, 1/4 of this in 5 days. Okay, write it again, work. Okay, so 2/5 of this work in 10 days. And 100 into 3 into 12 into 7 it will be 13. Okay, so 1 by 6 of the work in 7 days. That's we'll get their efficiency. Now what they ask, who will be the fastest? The person with highest efficiency. So 1 by 20 and 2 by, because all these factors are same, so we have to focus on these factors, right? 2 by 50, which is 1 by 25, and 1 by 42. So highest efficiency is of Ankush, so Ankush will complete the work faster, because higher the denominator will lower the efficiency. So lowest denomination Ankush does have, so Ankush will finish the work fastest, right? Okay, so this was all the questions we have solved today. Thank you.